I don't use the word TikTok very often, but once in a while I find it interesting to see what the public thinks. For example, you have so many young women writing about the most outlandish thoughts, I don't know whether to laugh or be disappointed in humanity. Something extraordinary happened to me on TikTok last night. I hear a lot of women cry because they feel ignored by men. A young woman lamented not being able to find her boyfriend before he abruptly canceled her date. She has been exchanging messages with this man for a long time. It seems that many women suffer emotionally from not being able to find a suitable romantic partner. TikTok's producers realize that exposing the public to the high-level aspects of society hidden behind the show's glamour could lead to more negative outcomes than positive ones. However, the fact that no one is interested in dating a woman is the most devastating blow to her self-esteem. However, films like this continue to be made. It was the first time she had shown a desire to be closer. It speaks to the state of the dating market, that the worst thing people fear when asked out is rejection. As more women like this enter the workforce, people have predicted what will happen. You can verify for yourself that 30% of women from 2026 to 2010 have never married and have never married. In 2020, women accounted for 33% of the single, unmarried population. By 2030, this proportion is expected to increase to 35% to 37%. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to around 40 because many women think they deserve a certain type of guy and want the type of guy they see on TikTok. Girls are crying on it. They are not ordinary teenage girls you might meet on your travels. They are past their biological prime and are asking the males to take them. But he won't, because they are all the same as modern women who reject men in their 20s. They were past their prime and longed for a gentleman to adopt them. If I could live into my 20s without money, then I would be able to achieve anything I set my mind to. Women are willing to do anything from plastic surgery, changing their image online, and aggressively courting men to increase their chances of finding love. They are interested in teenage girls. Unfortunately, that's how the world works. So I believe the future of dating will be more like the market becomes more balanced. This is because more and more men will not only stop dating, but it will cause a dynamic shift, and women will realize what it means to them. If this seems overwhelming to you, allow me to take you through a day in the life of an average modern woman. Although their reproductive systems are wired to favor more than one mate, modern women have far higher expectations than at any point in history. In today's society, women are the only ones wanted for being women, and men are only wanted if they contribute financially. Men who try to look attractive by lifting weights, building muscle, and living a healthy lifestyle are more likely to succeed and attract women. The bar for attracting women keeps rising, and men who put in the effort have a much better chance of success. Aspiring to be at the top of your high school and college classes is something modern women do. Once she approaches puberty and shows interest in boys, how she presents herself is not important. It doesn't matter what she can contribute to the league. Most female students in college or high school compete with each other for the attention of the same 30 to 40 male students. The rest of the male students are used as a backup plan. They're the ones women can rely on for nights out with dudes and booze at social events. They are a backup plan, someone a woman can rely on. In the end, she will return to the man who loved her and go through the process of separation again. She takes care of herself and has fun while he's away. But when he returns, she'll make his life a mess. It's completely incomprehensible that 9 and 10 are not behind this plan. Anyone ages 7 to 5 can participate. They look for rich men who are also tall and have a lot of free time so they can drink and be geeky. They have a completely unreasonable wish list of qualities other than physical attractiveness in a man that they think a man should have. They think these guys are going to act like the queen should and be completely loyal to her. However, a gentleman does not think so. The morning after she had sex with the boy, she started complaining about him being toxic, a pattern that continued until she graduated college and approached 25. Although she used to be popular in the chat, they don't want her anymore. She has accepted the fact that her attractiveness is declining and they don't want her anymore. She causes a lot of drama and trouble with people I just want to be in a healthy, stable relationship with. But it didn't last long, and eventually she stopped getting matches on Twitter because she was playing with the feelings of normal men, and while her own looks were declining, her ego was still intact. That's because she caused a lot of drama and trouble with people I just wanted to be in a healthy, stable relationship with. If she still retains a trace of youthful beauty, most men will only regard her as a sex object. That's why many women who once cherry-picked potential suitors find that, as they grow older, the best turn their backs on them. Most of the time, she finds it difficult to take responsibility for the consequences of her actions because she has been spoiled all her life. She takes criticism very personally, which is why her words take a different path. Because she wasn't attractive to men and no one was interested in dating her, they stopped approaching her. There is a future in dating, and it will involve women walking on tiptoe and complaining about what jerks men are. After all, we are only human and there are limits to acceptable sexual practices. Only 1% of men who get this far are not interested in dating her because they've achieved everything they wanted to achieve in life. She deserves the royal treatment. It won't take long for many 7th and 8th graders to understand that successful men aren't born, they just pick the most desirable girls. Either they date men of the same level as normal people, or they continue to be locked in the same circle. You can choose to do both. But honestly, it's in everyone's interest if men continue to generally disrespect women. Because you should assume that I know how painful it is for you to be rejected, and I also realize that the same experience can be 10 times more traumatic for women. Don't waste your time on today's trash. Women are not interested in acquiring material goods, they don't dress provocatively or make up to get attention. But what do you think would happen if all men ignored her and turned their backs on her? Her mental balance was upset and she felt disoriented afterwards. Because of the importance women place on this aspect, she can't stand being rejected. Rejection hurts men just as much as it hurts women. Men feel it just as strongly. The more women continue their madness, the more future dates become that will force them to see that they too have a responsibility to bring something to the table. The more uncomfortable the dating experience for women will become. We boys are used to it. She needs to learn to cook, or at least be willing to put in the effort in a relationship, or she'll keep getting rejected by men. If she doesn't do these things, men will quickly reject her. Do you think this will lead to a large number of men rejecting the institution of marriage altogether? While thousands of successful and happy men are living their best lives and wondering what happened, hundreds of women are crying and crying about how toxic men are. Now these people are living their best lives. See you soon, so please take care until then.